played a couple things, and these are things that
that you're under NDA on?
Are you under NDA now?
No, but I'll say, but close.
Like that. Okay,
close.
Okay.
I'll preface this with don't at me.
Okay.
All right, don't at me. As it, you know what I mean? Because like these are things that are in the process of going, and obviously heavy spoiler possibilities and such, and I want to just enjoy. So one, I have started Near Automata.
I added you.
Right. Automata, whatever
I
you
call
it.
automatic tomatoes.
Automata.
Yep. So that's going right now, and that's really fucking good so far. The music is incredible. The action's incredible. Everything's incredible.
But is it character action?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's no actual ranking of your... I don't know. I don't know what... I don't know.
Yes.
Would you say...
No. Oh, sorry. Okay. I answered the question you didn't ask later down the conversation. Obviously, it's character action.
Yes.
This is what happens to me a lot. Sorry to put a pause here.
No, it's
You start
hilarious.
jumping ahead in the
I
conversation.
jump ahead in the conversation, or I'll say something or leave something open, right? And then people will hear you say, "Is it character action?" And I'll go, "I don't know." And then that'll become a topic where, Wooly, you're an idiot.
But
Yeah,
no,
right?
but you
That's
actually
not the
said,
intent.
yeah, it's character action, but I don't know if it's pure because it doesn't have the ranking systems at the end of fight.
And I mean, the answer is, of fucking course it is, right? I said I don't know in response to, of course it is, but why would you say this back on that conversation you had about what's character action? And then my I don't know was, I don't know what my definition is and if it's good or not. So I answered a question that no one asked, but it was back to back with yours, and it creates an out of context, awful moment where it sounds like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, which I usually
your
don't.
one greatest flaw. It's your
Huge.
chink in
So
the armor.
Huge.
So the music obviously stands out very quickly, very fast. Would you say that it's good enough to win an award, but not actually be shown at that award ceremony?
Yeah, sure.
Dude, that gets as you go through the game. Remember that and get more mad over time at how stupid that is.
It's fucking incredible. I literally don't know what I should call a character action or not, because like I said, it was a thought like about maybe style should be a part of it, but I don't know. Like someone had a nice character, neutral, lawful.
Oh man, those are cracking.
Evil, law. You know what I mean?
Answer the question.
It doesn't answer the question, and I don't think there's an answer. I don't know. Because there's never been a definition, and it's not like Kamiya ever came out and went, "This is what it means."
Well, actually, he never used the term.
No,
ever.
it came from review, didn't it?
He said stylish hard action.
Stylish action game.
And it was something that came from a review that people latched onto, that we latched onto.
I believe it was actually from like a God of War 2 review or something ancient.
And it was never a hard defined term. It was just certainly like a feeling that we got when it came to.
I'm going to define it right now. Does your character have a launcher that enables combos? Done. That's a character action.
That's kind of where I stand.
That's where you stand. Okay, that's a place
and then
too.
That's the broad, and then you go bam, 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 all the different little subdivisions.
Certainly, yeah, you can use that because there's like very clear similarities between the 2D shit like Dishwasher and Muramasa and Devil May Cry, and then you can get into the clear similarities with like games like Heavenly Sword and God of War and Devil May Cry.
I think it's almost like when someone's like, "Oh, a game is Souls-like." It's like there's not really anything it's doing. It's just like the presentation, how the health bars in the HUD are, and is the game hard? I think it's like harder to define like character action is. Where I'm like, the Souls-like isn't really a genre, it's just an action RPG.
It's now that there are enough games and there are some copycats, I feel like it kind of has become a genre. Like I would have agreed with you right up until Lords of the Fallen, Surge, Code Vein came out.
But it's like I consider those rip-offs and not making its own genre. It's just action.
Everything's a ripoff until it becomes a genre, right? So like think of all the Street Fighter 2 ripoffs that were Street Fighter 2 clones or Doom ripoffs. Yeah. And then those became that style of shooter fighter.
But there's been a lot less Souls-like games than we ever thought.
Yeah.
I thought we were saying like 2 or 3 years ago, like, oh, it's going to burst, and there's been like 3.
I remember saying a year ago, I'm shocked there are not more copies of that genre.
Does Kingdom Hearts have a launcher in it?
Absolutely. Tons of your moves launch.
Okay. FF15? Not directly.
No,
but there's air combo.
Launcher.
But there's air combos.
There are air combos, but on grounded, you can't launch.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom Hearts is absolutely character action. The FF15 is absolutely
you could
not.
lobby that.
Yeah. So, but I at some point in my head, I always thought that like the ranking and style and such had its bearing on it, but perhaps it doesn't. I'm willing to just throw my hands up and say I literally don't know the answer to this question.
So I never, ever would have thought of this comparison or link prior to the way you phrased this conversation so far, Wooly. But your explicit disappointments with Season 2 of Westworld will cause your experience with Nier to improve.
Interesting.
Over the average player.
Good.
I mean, it's got robots. It's got themes, right?
Yeah. But no,
There's a stage in the desert.
There is.
Yeah, and I was
excited.
I was excited for that desert stage because I wanted to see what was in that fucking desert and if it had any bearing on the previous deserts.
Maybe,
because that's the other bit too. Is I didn't just start the game, but I months ago caught up, finished that original Nier LP with Pat and Liam.
Hello.
And I then went through all of Mr. Clem's videos and then went and just
stay away from those new ones.
And I yeah, of course, I went through not all, I should say all of the ones pertaining to Drakengard's 1, 2, 3, and Nier original.
Isn't it nice that Klebs is not the only one? It's just the one that like I like the best.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't it nice that people went through those Drakengard games and did that so that you don't have to fucking play them?
Yes, it is.
Because those games are awful.
There's a lot of interesting concepts to them, and like one of the ones that I'm fucking so interested in is finding out more about Accord. So like we'll see where that goes. But I'm like, there's some weird, crazy shit in characters that get introduced like in the later ends of Drakengard. That's
shit.
Fucking.
It's goofy.
What is this? Yoko Taro Unbound, Unchained? Is that what that is? Like anyway,
but with good gameplay.
Yoko Taro is always Unbound.
Drakengard 3 in particular, though, like really stands out as tonally different from the rest.
Yeah,
so
I looked at that game for a little while.
Drakengard 3 is a bad game.
Also, frame rate, what the fuck are you thinking? So, we'll see. But, yeah, that's amazing so far. We'll go from there and I'll see where it's at.
Go as fast as you can.
I am.
Don't stop for any reason.
I am. And
there's going to be a point where you're going to kind of want to slow down. Go faster.
Yeah, well, I'm going. I mean, right now that's going up on my channel on the side, but like,
yes, that's going up on Woolly Versus.
I want to also just say that the answer to how often is it going to come out is like I'm not sure yet.
I'm struggling not to just fucking
throw me under the bus. That's fine.
It wants to come out of my mouth so bad.
No,
but it's like twice a day.
No, the answer to that is that I'm excited to play it, and I know other people are excited to watch it, and I'm not going to overcommit to something that I can't actually stick to. Mm-hmm. So it's going to go up frequently enough that I'll be moving through it, but I'll decide that.
Hopefully it'll be going faster than you caught up to get to this point, because that took you about a year.
Yeah, and I don't want to make the mistakes of like, what I've done with previous games.
That game came out more than a year ago.
Yeah.
So
the only thing is that normally I would not point this out because like in the way that we schedule LPs, it's not an issue. But you're gonna have Liam with you, so he knows that shit backwards and forwards. But there's a lot of subtle stuff that you may not appreciate unless it's fresh enough in your memory. Mm-hmm. Like it was, I saw that a couple days ago. You would remember it, like subtle things, like subtle character things. Whereas you might not pick it up if you wait like a week or 2 weeks between whatever. And I don't specifically mean between playing. I mean between like the two link.
Yeah,
things.
Got it. Yeah, no, but that's exactly it. So I don't want to promise a pace I can't keep, but I'm definitely like going through it, excited to play, and I know people want to see it, so I'm going to just
and you're
find a nice medium.
You're in just like don't talk to me about Nier Automata.
Don't at me.
Don't at me.
All similarly, don't at me about Danganronpa V3. Because
you're doing it?
I'm on the first chapter of that. And
wow, you've just opened yourself up